Mr. Feeney? Mr. Feeney!
Right here, Mr. Matthews.
Feeney? Feeney?
Yeah, who can forget? And our last call, that is a clip from Boy Meets World featuring one of America's favorite TV teachers, Mr. Feeney.
You grew up watching them. You laughed with them, cried with them, and learned your very first lessons about life, love, and loyalty through their stories. But here's the question most fans never stop to ask. What actually happened to the cast of Boy Meets World? The cameras went off for the very last time in the year 2000? Some of them soared to heights no one predicted. Some quietly walked away from Hollywood forever. And at least one of them did something so jaw-dropping, so completely unexpected, that fans are still talking about it to this day. This is the real story of where the Boy Meets World cast is in 2026. And trust us, nothing could have prepared you for all of it. Stay with us through every single entry, because the last few reveals are the ones that will hit you hardest. Let's go. Number 1. Ryder Strong, Shawn Hunter, the heartthrob who chose books over fame. Every 90s kid remembers Shawn Hunter, the brooding bad boy with the difficult home life who somehow always made your heart ache in the best way. Ryder Strong was just 14 years old when he stepped into that role in 1993, and he appeared in every single one of the show's 158 episodes. Every single one. The devotion of fans was absolute. So what does a teen heartthrob do when the spotlight fades? Most chase it desperately. Ryder Strong did the opposite. He walked away from Hollywood, deliberately, intentionally, and enrolled at Columbia University to earn a degree in English and Arts. He worked as a magazine editor, a director. He built a life rooted in intellect, not Instagram followers. In 2013, Ryder married actress Alexandra Berto, and they have a son together. He returned for Girl Meets World from 2014 to 2017 because some bonds you never really break. Today, at 47 years old in 2026, he co-hosts the podcast Literary Disco, talking books, ideas, and culture. Shawn Hunter struggled to find his place. Ryder Strong found his by refusing to let Hollywood define him. How many former child stars can honestly say that? Number 2. Betsy Randall, Amy Matthews, the TV mom who chose real life over the spotlight. She was patient, warm, occasionally overwhelmed, and absolutely everything you wanted in a TV mom. Betsy Randall was 38 years old when she first graced our screens as Amy Matthews in 1993, appearing in all 158 episodes as the glue holding the chaos of the Matthews household together. But here's something that surprised fans deeply. Betsy did not return for Girl Meets World. While her on-screen family reunited on Disney Channel, Betsy quietly stayed home. After BMW wrapped, she had guest roles on shows like ER and JAG, but mostly, she stepped back. Completely. Now 71 years old in 2026, Betsy has been married to John L. Randall since 1982. That's over 40 years with the same person. She rarely gives interviews. She doesn't court attention. She shows up occasionally at Boy Meets World reunions, and the fans who recognize her always lose their minds. Amy Matthews was the ideal TV mom, but Betsy Randall proved something even more powerful, that the best life sometimes looks nothing like Hollywood. Number 3. Will Friedle, Eric Matthews. Comedy legend, voice acting giant, mental health warrior. Eric Matthews was comedic gold. Dim-witted, lovable, somehow wise at the worst possible moments, Will Friedle made you laugh until you couldn't breathe. He was 17 when the show started, appeared in all 158 episodes, and became one of the most beloved characters in 90s television history. What most fans don't know is what happened right after the show ended. Will began suffering from severe anxiety and panic attacks, so debilitating that he had to step back from live-action work almost entirely. Think about that for a second. One of the funniest people on television was quietly battling something that made it almost impossible to be on camera. so he pivoted and absolutely dominated. Will Friedle became one of animation's most prolific voice actors, lending his voice to Ron Stoppable in Kim Possible, Batman in Batman Beyond, Bumblebee in Transformers, and dozens more beloved characters. He married Susan Martins in 2016. He returned for Girl Meets World, and in recent years, he has been remarkably open about his mental health journey. Now 50 years old in 2026, Will Friedle is proof that reinvention isn't giving up. Sometimes it's the bravest thing you can do. Number 4. Lindsay Ridgway, Morgan Matthews, 1996 to 2000. From sitcom to the classroom. She was the second Morgan Matthews, the sassy, sharp-tongued little sister who showed up in Season 3 and stayed through the end. Lindsay Ridgway was just 11 years old when she took over the role, and she appeared in 75 episodes. But here's the thing about Lindsay. She is one of the very few cast members who walked away from Hollywood without looking back even once. After Boy Meets World ended, Lindsay did a few minor TV appearances and then simply left. She went to college, became a teacher, got married, started a family, and built a quiet suburban life in California. No Girl Meets World, no celebrity cameos, no social media thirst traps, just a life in education, shaping real kids in real classrooms. Now 41 years old in 2026, Lindsay Ridgway is someone who turned a childhood acting gig into a stepping stone to something deeply meaningful. Morgan Matthews was bratty and hilarious. Lindsay Ridgway became the kind of adult we all hope our favorite child stars grow up to be. Number 5. William Daniels, Mr. George Feeney, 99 years old and still a living legend. Stop what you're doing, because this one deserves your full attention. William Daniels, Mr. Feeney, the neighbor and teacher who dispensed wisdom like it was oxygen, was already 66 years old when Boy Meets World premiered in 1993. He'd already won 2 Emmy Awards for Saint Elsewhere. He was already the iconic voice of Kit in Knight Rider. And in 2026, William Daniels is 99 years old. 99. He has lived through nearly a century of American history. He remained a working actor for over 70 years. He returned for Girl Meets World, and his marriage to actress Bonnie Bartlett, which began in 1951, has now lasted 75 years, making it one of the longest marriages in the history of Hollywood. Mr. Feeney told students to believe in yourselves, dream, try, do good. William Daniels has lived every single word of that for almost a century. There are no words grand enough for this man. Number 6. Trina McGee, Angela Moore, controversy, courage, and a baby at 54. Angela Moore walked into Boy Meets World in 1997 as Sean's strong-willed, fiercely independent girlfriend, and she immediately became one of the show's most compelling characters. Trina McGee was 28 years old at the time, appearing in 59 episodes across seasons 5 through 7. After the show ended, Trina continued acting in films and TV projects, married actor Marcello in 2008, and quietly built her life. But in 2020, things exploded. Trina went public with accusations of racism on the Boy Meets World set, claiming she was called degrading names and made to feel unwelcome by castmates. The accused, Ryder Strong, Will Friedle, and Danielle Fishel, responded publicly and offered apologies. It sparked a firestorm of conversation about race and belonging in 90s Hollywood that is still being processed today. And then, in 2021, at 54 years old, Trina gave birth to her 4th child. Now 57 in 2026, she is an advocate for holistic health and natural living. Angela Moore brought diversity and depth to the show. Trina McGee's real life has been far more complicated, far more human, and far more powerful than any script could capture. Number 7. Lily Nixay, original Morgan Matthews, the child who was replaced on national television. This is the one that never stops being heartbreaking. Lily Nixay was just 5 years old when Boy Meets World premiered in 1993. 5. She appeared in 38 episodes as the original Morgan Matthews, sweet, curious, adorable, and then after season 2, she was simply replaced, without explanation, without farewell. The show even had the audacity to joke about it. When Lindsay Ridgway's Morgan returned, Corey remarked that it was the longest time out ever. Can you imagine being a little kid and watching that on television? Lily has been open about how confusing and hurtful the experience was, because she was a child, and children feel everything. Now 38 years old in 2026, Lily is married with children, working a regular life entirely outside the entertainment industry. She occasionally appears at Boy Meets World conventions, where fans who know the full story make sure she feels the love and recognition she deserved all along. Being erased from a hit show as a child could have broken her. That it didn't says everything about who she is. Number 8, Ben Savage, Corey Matthews, the lead who went to Stanford, then ran for Congress. Here's the one that always catches people off guard, because you'd assume the lead of a massively successful sitcom would have the most explosive post-show career. You would be wrong. Ben Savage played Corey Matthews, the protagonist, the heart, the center of everything, in all 158 episodes from 1993 to 2000, starting at just 13 years old. After the show ended, Ben did something quietly stunning. He enrolled at Stanford University and graduated with a degree in political science. His acting career never really regained momentum. A few TV movies, some guest appearances. He returned for Girl Meets World from 2014 to 2017, which remains his most prominent work since the original run. And then, in 2024, Ben Savage ran for U.S. Congress in California's 30th District as a Democrat. He lost in the primary. But the fact that he tried, that he shifted entirely from entertainment to civic engagement. Now 46 in 2026, Ben Savage is quietly one of the most interesting stories of the whole cast. Corey Matthews learned life lessons from Mr. Feeney. Ben Savage decided to go out and change the world himself. Number 9, Maitland Ward, Rachel McGuire, the transformation that shocked the world. Brace yourself, because this one, even in 2026, still makes people do a double take. Maitland Ward joined Boy Meets World in 1998 during the final 2 seasons, playing Rachel McGuire, the wholesome college-aged roommate and love interest. She was 21 years old, she appeared in 45 episodes, and she was as girl next door as it gets. After BMW, Maitland did soap operas and minor TV roles, but Hollywood kept its doors shut. She wasn't getting the opportunities she was after. And then in 2019, Maitland Ward made international headlines. She had become an adult film star. She was winning AVN awards. And she was completely, defiantly unapologetic about every second of it. She's been married to Terry Baxter since 2006, and he has been fully supportive of her career pivot. She wrote a memoir called Rated X, How Porn Liberated Me from Hollywood. Her message? Hollywood ignored her. Adult entertainment gave her creative freedom, financial power, and control over her own narrative. Now 49 in 2026, Maitland Ward is the most talked about story from the entire BMW cast. And she wouldn't have it any other way. Number 10, William Russ, Alan Matthews, the principled TV dad with a 50-year career. Alan Matthews was the backbone of the show, steady, principled, hardworking, and just flawed enough to feel real. William Russ was 43 years old when he took the role in 1993, appearing in 154 of the show's 158 episodes as the father every kid wished they had. After BMW, William continued acting in guest roles across various TV series and also stepped behind the camera as a director, helming episodes of multiple shows. He didn't return for Girl Meets World, a decision that disappointed fans who genuinely loved his portrayal of Alan. He's mostly retired now, 76 years old in 2026, occasionally appearing at Boy Meets World conventions. Alan Matthews taught his sons about integrity, and work ethic through a grocery store job and a simple, honest life. William Russ honored those values throughout a respectable 50-year career in entertainment. Not flashy, not tabloid fodder, just solid, dignified, and real. Number 11. Matthew Lawrence, Jack Hunter. The Lawrence brother who keeps going. Matthew Lawrence joined Boy Meets World in 1997 as Jack Hunter, Sean's preppy, privileged half-brother who discovers that blood means everything, appearing in 69 episodes across the show's final 3 seasons. He was 17 at the time, and already one of 3 famous Lawrence brothers. After BMW, Matthew's career has been the most sustained of the 3 brothers. Mrs. Doubtfire, brotherly love alongside Joey and Andrew. Consistent TV work. He returned for Girl Meets World. But his personal life made the biggest headlines. He married Cheryl Burke from Dancing with the Stars in 2019. And their 2022 separation and 2024 divorce played out very publicly, with allegations and arguments spilling into the press. Now 46 in 2026, Matthew Lawrence keeps working, keeps showing up, and remains close with his brothers. Jack Hunter was the rich kid learning about family. Matthew Lawrence has navigated Hollywood for 3 decades as part of America's most famous sibling trio. Number 12, Bonnie Bartlett, Dean Bolander, 97 years old, 2 Emmys, and 75 years of marriage. Here's the twist inside the twist. Mr. Feeney's real-life wife played the dean at Pembroke University on the show. Bonnie Bartlett appeared in 5 episodes from 1997 to 1999 as the stern Dean Bolander. And in real life, she has been married to William Daniels since 1951. Before Boy Meets World, Bonnie won 2 Emmy Awards of her own for St. Elsewhere, the exact same show her husband starred in. They were Emmy-winning co-stars who were also husband and wife. Think about that legacy for a moment. Bonnie continued acting into her 80s and returned alongside William for Girl Meets World. In 2026, Bonnie Bartlett is 97 years old, sharp, active, and still very much present. Together, she and William represent something Hollywood rarely produces: a genuine, lasting, deeply human love story. Dean Bolander had 5 episodes. Bonnie Bartlett has lived one of the most remarkable lives in the history of this industry. Number 13, Anthony Tyler Quinn, Mr. Turner, the cool teacher who disappeared quietly. Mr. Turner was the motorcycle-riding, leather jacket-wearing English teacher who became Sean's guardian during his darkest moments. And he was one of the most beloved supporting characters the show ever produced. Anthony Tyler Quinn was 30 years old when he joined BMW in 1994, appearing in 53 episodes. After the show, Anthony continued working steadily in guest roles, NYPD Blue, The Practice, various films, but never landed another major recurring role. He did not return for Girl Meets World. He's kept his personal life completely private. Almost no public information exists about his relationships or family. Now 62 in 2026, Anthony Tyler Quinn has built a quiet, sustainable career doing what he loves, away from the noise. Mr. Turner took Sean in when no one else would. Anthony Tyler Quinn brought real heart to that role. And sometimes that's enough of a legacy to last a lifetime. Number 14. Linda Cardellini, Lauren. 4 episodes. One of Hollywood's biggest careers. She was in just 4 episodes. 4. And she might have gone on to have the most impressive post-BMW career of literally anyone on this list. Linda Cardellini played Lauren, Corey's almost romance at a ski lodge, in 1998 and 1999. She was 23, and she was unforgettable. After BMW, Linda's career became a masterclass in longevity. Freaks and Geeks, 6 seasons of E.R. Velma in the Scooby-Doo movies, Brokeback Mountain, Bloodline, Dead to Me, and then the Marvel Cinematic Universe as Laura Barton in the Avengers films, Emmy nominations, critical acclaim, year after year of extraordinary, varied, acclaimed work. Linda has never been married but has been in a long-term relationship with Steven Rodriguez since 2009, and they have a daughter together. Now 51 in 2026, Linda Cardellini has more than earned her place as one of Hollywood's most reliable, most talented working actresses, and she got her start in 4 episodes of a Friday night TGIF sitcom. Wild, isn't it? Number 15. Lee Norris, Minkus. Written off in Season 1, came back as a tech millionaire. Stuart Minkus was the nerdy, brilliant, socially awkward kid in Season 1, and then he just vanished. No explanation. He was there, and then he wasn't. Lee Norris was 12 years old at the time, appearing in 23 episodes before being quietly written off the show. The show later joked that Minkus had just been living on the other side of the school. But Lee Norris? He came back stronger. He landed Mouth McFadden on One Tree Hill, appearing in over 130 episodes from 2003 to 2012, and proving he could anchor a character for the long haul. He returned for Girl Meets World, where Minkus had become a wealthy tech millionaire with a son named Farkle. Life imitating art? Maybe.
Minkus. Topanga.
Lee has been married to Andrea Norris since 2011. They have a child together, and he continues working in both acting and film production. Now 45 in 2026, Lee Norris got written off Boy Meets World in year 1, and then spent the next 25 years making absolutely everyone regret it. Number 16, Blake Clark, Chet Hunter. Adam Sandler's best friend, Slinky Dog, and the man who made you cry. Chet Hunter was only in 13 episodes, but those 13 episodes contained some of the most emotionally gutting moments in the entire run of Boy Meets World. He was Sean's alcoholic, nomadic, well-meaning father, a man trying desperately to do right by his son and failing just enough to break your heart every single time. Blake Clark was already 49 when he joined BMW, and his career before and after is genuinely stunning. He's been a stand-up comedian, a close personal friend of Robin Williams, and one of Adam Sandler's real-life best friends, appearing in The Waterboy, 50 First Dates, Grown Ups, and countless other Sandler films. He also inherited the role of Slinky Dog in Toy Story 3 and 4 after his friend Jim Varney passed away. Blake has been married to Alice Hustep since 1983, over 40 years together. Now 80 years old in 2026, Blake Clark brought genuine pain and redemption to Chet Hunter, making Sean's family storyline one of the most emotionally complex arcs in 90s sitcom history. The character died. The man thrived. Number 17. Danielle Fishel, Topanga Lawrence. The 90s icon who fought to find herself again. We've saved the most emotional one for near the end. Danielle Fishel was just 12 years old when she became Topanga Lawrence, Corey's soulmate, the show's moral compass, the girl who made every boy in America believe in the concept of the perfect partner. She appeared in 145 episodes, growing up entirely in front of the camera, becoming a genuine cultural icon of the 1990s. But what happened after the final episode aired? Danielle's acting career essentially stopped. Hollywood moved on. She hosted a show on the Style Network, did some directing, felt forgotten. And privately, for years, she battled body image issues and an eating disorder, facing relentless, cruel commentary about her appearance during and after the show. She has been strikingly brave and open about this pain in recent years. Danielle married Tim Belusco in 2013, divorced in 2016, then married Jensen Karp in 2018, with whom she has 2 sons. In 2021, she revealed that one of their infant sons had a life-threatening condition requiring intensive care. Through all of it, she kept going. Girl Meets World gave her Topanga back. The Pod Meets World podcast, which she co-hosts with Ryder Strong and Will Friedle, gave her a community. Now 45 in 2026, Danielle Fishel is an advocate for body positivity and mental health, and proof that the real journey always matters more than the highlight reel. Number 18. Ethan Suplee, Frankie Sticchino. 250 pounds lost, and a transformation for the ages. And we end with the most visually shocking transformation of the entire cast. Ethan Suplee played Frankie Sticchino, the massive, intimidating bully who slowly became part of the gang, in 19 episodes from 1994 to 1998. He was 18 years old, physically imposing, and genuinely funny, in a role that could have been one note. After BMW, Ethan's career quietly became impressive. Remember the Titans, Blow, The Wolf of Wall Street, and a major recurring role as Randy in My Name is Earl from 2005 to 2009. He married Brandy Lewis, sister of Juliette Lewis, in 2006, and they have children together. But the transformation that made headlines around the world was personal. Ethan Suplee lost over 250 pounds through an intense commitment to fitness and cycling. His appearance changed so dramatically that many people simply didn't recognize him. He became a fitness influencer, sharing his journey publicly and inspiring thousands of people who were fighting their own battles. Now 50 in 2026, Ethan Suplee is a symbol of what is possible when a human being decides to completely reinvent themselves, on their own terms, in their own time. Final word. 18 cast members, 18 completely different journeys. One legendary show that taught an entire generation that life isn't about the destination. It's about the people you bring with you on the way there. The question is, which story hit you hardest? Drop it in the comments. And if you've been watching this whole time, you already know what Mr. Feeney would say. Believe in yourselves. Dream, try, do good. We'll see you in the next one.